In the 1970s, Japan was developing rapidly. The country was entering a modern era where people believed they had left behind old beliefs about spirits and ghosts. Many thought those stories were nothing more than myths from the past. But some legends refused to disappear. Even today, there are certain stories that still send shivers down people's spines when they hear them. One of the most disturbing urban legends from that time is the story of Kuchisake Onna, a terrifying figure whose name once filled the entire nation with fear. During the late 1970s, the panic surrounding this legend became so intense that parents in Japan were genuinely worried for their children's safety. Many parents were afraid to even let their kids walk alone. Some stopped sending their children to school for a while others refused to let them go outside to play. Streets that were once filled with children suddenly felt quiet. Everyone was talking about the same frightening question: who or what was Kuchisake Onna? According to the legend, the spirit of a mysterious woman wanders through the streets of Japan at night. She always covers her face with a mask, hiding most of her appearance so that only part of her face can be seen. At first glance, she looks like an ordinary woman wearing a medical mask, something very common in Japan. But the moment she stops someone on the street, especially children walking alone, things quickly become terrifying. She calmly asks a very simple question: "Am I beautiful?" It sounds like such an innocent and harmless question. Most children who see her notice her attractive eyes and polite manner, so they usually answer yes, but the moment they say yes, the situation turns into a nightmare. Slowly, the woman removes the mask covering her face. What appears underneath is horrifying. Her mouth is brutally sliced from one side to the other, as if it had been cut open with a sharp knife. The wound stretches across her face in a grotesque smile that no human should ever have. After revealing her terrifying face, she asks the same question again: "Do you still think I'm beautiful?" At that moment, most children are frozen with fear. They don't know how to respond. But according to the legend, no matter what answer they give, the outcome is terrible. If the child says yes, the woman takes out a large pair of scissors and cuts the child's mouth open the same way hers was cut, slicing it across the face. The injury causes massive bleeding, and in many versions of the story, the victims do not survive. But answering no is even worse. Someone tells her she is not beautiful, the woman becomes furious and immediately attacks with the same scissors, killing the victim without hesitation. So where did this terrifying spirit come from? Many versions of the legend claim that long ago, Kuchisake Onna was once a very beautiful woman. She was famous for her looks and extremely proud of her beauty. People admired her everywhere she went. She was married to a samurai warrior who loved her deeply. One day, the samurai had to leave for war and was gone for a long time. During those lonely months, the woman was said to have started an affair with another man. When the samurai finally returned home, he discovered the betrayal. Filled with rage and humiliation, he attacked her. In a moment of brutal anger, he took his sword and slashed her mouth from ear to ear. After doing this, he asked her a cruel question: "Who will think you are beautiful now?" The woman cried in unbearable pain. The wound was so severe that she eventually bled to death. But according to the legend, her spirit never found peace. Since that day, the ghost of the woman has been said to wander through the streets of Japan, hiding her mutilated face behind a mask. She approaches strangers and children, asking the same question again and again: "Am I beautiful?" And according to the terrifying folklore, there is no safe answer. If you say no, she may attack you immediately without even showing her face. But if you say yes, she will remove the mask hand after seeing what lies underneath. You may never escape. Over time, the sightings slowly disappeared and the panic eventually faded. The mysterious woman seemed to vanish just as suddenly as she had appeared. No one truly knows why she came or why the encounter stopped, but the legend still remains. So if one day you are walking alone on a quiet street and a woman wearing a mask stops you and asks whether she is beautiful, you might want to think very carefully before answering. And if you somehow manage to survive the encounter, maybe you can tell the rest of us what really happened.